Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So, I have a lot of work at the moment, but since I need a little variety too, and I got a question a few minutes ago, and I think we can tackle this quite quick. So, it's about this one. I hope you see it. It's a little small video. Let's see. So, it's about this one. And yeah, let's try it. I didn't try it, but I think I know how we can do this. And I will show it for. There are two ways to get this long things here. So this long displacement behind. We will need R20 and Vertex Maps. And if you don't have R20, I'll show you how you can do this so that you get the displacements, but you don't get this fade out here. So. Just let's try. And so back to here. And this is from motionoperators. And yeah, the link we will find in the description. So let's try this. We start with a simple Torus. You will have guessed it. So boom. Let's bring it to C, and here 75. That looks fine. And we need quite a lot subdivisions here. So let's try it with 500, oh no, 500 here and maybe 100 here. I think this should be what to do. If you want to make it finer, so just take more subdivisions, but for the tutorial this should be enough. And now we need spheres moving around this torus. How can we do this? We cannot just clone spheres on it. My idea is to bring a sphere on a spline and then rotate the spline. So what I mean is a simple thing. I need one circle spline with 200 centimeters in radius, so this is the same radius as the torus has. So we have here in the middle our spline, and yeah, go to adaptive here. So, and on this spline I wanna clone other splines. So I copy this spline with Control and drag it down, make it here the radius of the torus, which is 75. So, and now I clone this circle on this circle. So, MoGraph, cloner, I hold my Alt key, clone on object. The object is this circle here. First I have to go to object mode, of course. Circle, and you see, let's make this a little bigger, so make 80 so you can see it better. Okay, that's nice so far. And now I just need to align a sphere on this spline, on this one. So that should work. So take this out for the moment. Make a sphere here. Let's say 10 centimeter. Maybe we can change this later on. And we align the spline here. So align the spline on this circle here. Now come on. Okay. So when I put this two in a null object, so I make a null object, drag this two inside and put it in the cloner. So I have now here my spheres. The next step is make more of them. Let's say 30. Looks nice. The sphere is a little too big, I think. Something like that. and I don't want all the same in the same position, so I go to my cloner and give it a random effector. And in the random effector, I go to the parameter rotation, and here 360. So okay, so far so good. And now I just want to rotate these spheres. So we can make this sphere now smaller. This circle, this spline here now smaller. So. And now I go to my cloner to transform, and transform on B here, so, and frame 100, go to minus, I want it in the it's minus 360 plus 3.6. Okay, so, and this should rotate our spheres. That's exactly what I want. And I set here on the frame 100 this don't want minus 360, because put in here minus 360 degrees. I have on the last frame and the first frame the same position, so you will see this. So what I need is one frame less. So when we have 100 frames and 360 degrees, this is per frame 3.6 degrees, and I want to make one frame less here, so that means 3.6, the 360 minus, in this case plus, because we are in minus 3.6. So then we have exactly this one frame, so that we have here this number, and here we start again from 360 or from 0. So this is the reason I put in this value. Good, I hope this makes sense. So maybe make this sphere a little smaller too. So, and yeah, that's it. No, let's make more here. This runs quite nice. 50. Let's hide our circle spline here, and we get this. Okay, nice. And yeah, the original one, he said here, he yeah, works with the MOPs, move along spline. So I guess he, or I know he works with Houdini. When you go on his site, you see here motion graphics SS library for side FX Houdini. So, but we don't need Houdini for this. Maybe we make smaller spheres again. But this we can change it every time. So now we make the part for the older Cinema 4D things, and later I make the R20 thing. So we go to our Torus and we take simple, let's try it with collision deformer. This should work. The collision, the collider is the cloner. Okay, outside, and you see that works. And if we run this, it totally works. Let's see, let's make a this will update later, so if you press play, it updates. Or I think, can you, oh, no, there is no refresh. Okay, what you can do is maybe check. Okay, that doesn't matter. So let's make a quick hardware render. So I have here my hardware render and output all frames. Let's make an SSCO so we see it a little better. NA to hide the wire. Then I got here to SSCO so we see something. And let's render this Yes. This should go quite fast. And you see it work. Of course, it looks much better when we have then textured it. You see, it works. Okay, let's go here to some frames. And let's see if we can make this a little nicer here, but it looks quite nice. Let's go to the collision in the advanced tab. Make the size maybe one more. The stretch less to 2. Here I take everything to 0. And try it again. That looks not so nice. Let's stay at 8. Let's see why this is so. Sometimes if you change the order of the object, then it helps. Yeah, now you see this is it. Just change the order. First the cloner, and then the cloner works on the torus, so on the collision. Now it works. And we have a nice thing here, but we don't have this fade out on the here. And this we can easily do with R20. With R19 I don't know. I have no idea how we could do this. Because in R20 we can work with Vertex Map and fields. Yeah, of course we could use here Vertex Map too, but we don't have this delay effect then and something else. Only thing what we could do is give another sphere behind it, maybe. I copy this sphere and bring it under this one and just make it the cloner, and just drag it a little behind it. I cannot align the spline. Delete this here. Bring it a little behind it. Make it maybe a little smaller. Let's see what we get, and hide the second one. Let's see what we get then. This does not really work like I wanted. Let's see if this has some in. Then just wanna see if this has some. No, I don't see it. So what could we do? Let's think about it. When I put this in a connection, oops. Connect. Yeah, now I see. Good, this first thing I see is that this is not on the right place. So let's go back, so reset PSR here, and drag the second sphere to here, I don't know. I disable the cloner for the moment. Or disable the collision deformer. So this is the wrong one too. So then we have just one thing. So I want to disable the collision. I want to reset PSR this one, and now I just have to go. Okay. And I don't want to see the second one. How can I do this? Oh god. Delete the connect object here. And bring this in a null maybe. So this should be here. Let's see if the collision deformer, that looks now bigger. Let's see. I simply drag this more behind so that I can see what I do. Does this have any sense? Da, 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 da. So cloner collision deformer. Okay, it has definitely sense, but I don't want to see the second one. I think we are on the wrong direction here. Bring this to here. So, okay. Collider, I don't want to see the second one. Let's see if it does something. Yeah, this could work. Now we have a little fade out. Not much, but you can play with it. You see, we have a fade out. But you can play so you have the right position here, and then you will get a nice fade out too. Okay, so this is for the R19 and older, and now let's make the same thing for R20, and then we will texture this whole thing. I will texture it in Octane, but it's again a very easy texturing, so you should be easily able to make this in physical render too. So, okay, good. We don't need a collision for my thing here, deformer for the new thing. So we don't need this second one here. We don't need this null here. Delete without children. Good. So what I want now is, I go to my Torus. For this I have to make it editable, the Torus, because for the vertex map you need vertices, of course, and so we have to make this editable. So I hit C on the keyboard. It's editable now. Go in any point, in point mode, select and set set vertex weight. This we need. 0 is okay. Nice. Let's bring back with NB you bring back the wire. So in this vertex map I have here the chance to use fields. I use fields, I don't need the freeze here. And in the fields I drag in my cloner. And I want a point object here. And you see we have something in the point object. I say I want, let's say 5 centimeter, and if I hit play now, see we have this. And the nice thing in R20 now is when I go to my things here, to my fields, and here in the decay, I have a decay, 50% strength. Let's see. You see, we get this nice fade out thing here. And this looks, of course, great. Maybe a little too much. Let's put it into 20. Okay. Next step, go to our Torus, bring in, we shift click a displacer. In the displacer shading, I bring in the Vertex Map. Whoops, Vertex Map, and we use, of course, this Vertex Map here. And I see it works. So, but we need some changes here. First, I want the intensity here, and -100, and let's see, say 2 centimeter or 4 centimeter maybe. You see, we have here the point thing, and the torus I put again in a subdivision surface, so we get a very smooth thing here. NA, but I don't like this. Now let's see how it looks. It looks great. This is okay. If you don't like this blobs in the middle, because the point rate we are set to point here in the cloner, and the points, it means it just takes the points on the side of the sphere. If you don't like this, you can go to volume, but then you have this small thing here. So this, and I want both. I want the points and the volume. So I simply make a copy here. Set this cloner to volume now, and let's say add. And now I should have both, and now it's exactly what I want. This should nicely work. Go back. You see, now I don't have this blob in the middle. Okay, so far so good. Let's start to do something with this. Let's save this for a moment. Save with assets. Spheres moving on Torus. Good. Yeah, how can we? Let's first make some ripples here. This looks like a fabric here, and so let's try to do something like this. So for the fabric, I use another. Yes, I'm using another display. So I put the subdivision surface in a null, Alt G, and select the null, and we shift click on the displacer. Whoops. In the displacer, I take gradient. Okay, good so far. And I make double the knots, double the knots, double the knots, double the knots, until I like it. Double the knots, double the knots, double the knots. Distribute the knots once. And double it again, and distribute it again. Okay, let's see. This displacer is a little high, of course. The intensity again, and let's see it. 2 centimeter. Let's try more. Double the knots. And double it again. There will come a point and then it doesn't work anymore, but until this distribute the knots, I think with this we can work. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Good that we saved our work. Thanks to Octane. So let's try it. Okay, so yeah, we saved it, so it should be. Oh, this is my work. Okay, I have to bring it from my temp folder. So where do we have spheres on moving on Torus? Let's search for it. Spheres moving on Torus. Here we have it. So, whoops. And try this again. Alt G, bring it in a null object. Boom. Displacer. I want to this here. So intensity to shading. It should work with the tiles too, but then we get sharp corners. Let's try it with tiles. Maybe it works better. Surface. Or with checkerboard. $10 0. Okay. 50. 100. 200. 400. Okay, and maybe a little blur offset this a little closer here. Okay, maybe like this. So I save this now and try it again to render. Okay, looks better. At least it did not crash. We have this, we have this, we have this. Okay. And now make a simple material. I make here glossy material for the Torus. And is this spelled correctly? Yes, it's spelled correctly. I don't think I want my thing, node editor. My node editor, bring in an RGB spectrum. Quite dark, so whip Torus here, so okay, then we need a float for the roughness. Looks good. We need something to light, and so I take my Nikomedias OCTANE Rig, of course, and you see immediately we get a great lighting and everything. I don't need a floor here, so I shadow catcher off and bring in this, make a little darker background. You see how nice this works with the scene rig. So how does this look? That looks not bad. This could be a nice thing. Maybe it does too much specular maybe, so I go to here. Yeah, that looks more than fabric. Okay, so let's bring here the HDRI in another position. Now we can use later different HDRI. Now we need a material for our spheres. I copied this one. Spheres. Here I want full specular. almost no roughness. Bring it on our sear here, or on the cloner, and I want more refraction. Yes, that looks nice. Save it, and we can even give this whole thing more clones. 100. Should look more interesting. And I will render some frames so that we see what we get here. Maybe the displacement a little higher here. No, this one. Yay! It looks it looks really almost the original one here. Okay, save it, and I render some frames. I'm back in a second. Okay, I'm back, and I see some things I don't like here. So this looks a little too much of displacement here. So let's try to make it different. So first, I think the displacement here is too much. So 3. That looks better. And then this Torus displacer. This is enough too, I think. And I want the spheres a little more out of this. Let's see if this does something. Okay, of course we lose our... Oh, this is too... I think this is okay now. Maybe you do 3. Okay, I think this looks better. And may I save it, and maybe I give this displacer a checker part 500. Maybe 600. Let's see when it says, "Hey man, are you crazy?" Zero. What do we get with 0? Yeah, maybe 0.1. That's not easy. I'm not sure how it looks best. That's too much. 8, 7. 7 is okay. Yeah, you can do this however you want, because I think it's not a good idea to test and test and test. At least not in the tutorial time. That's 7, I think is okay. I'm not sure if less is not better here. Not 40, 400. Yeah, this is better. So, okay. I render again some frames. We will be back in a minute. Second, not minute, second. So now we have this, and you see 9 seconds per frame. This is totally okay. And what do we get? We get this. And I think this is exactly what we want. I like it. So yeah, that's exactly what I want. So yeah, the only thing I did here is in the decay here we had 20% and I gone down to 5%. This is more than enough, and until the fade out would be too long for me. So but it's on you. Good. We think we can say it's done. This is really almost a quick tip for me here with under 1 hour. Good, nothing more to say about this, I think. Yeah, I hope you show me your result, and yeah, on my Facebook group or wherever you want. And yeah, if you want to support me on Patreon, you can do so on Patreon. Yeah, of course the patrons will get the project file, and you have meanwhile on Patreon more than 100 project files to download and other things. So if you're a patron from €5 and above, you can download everything there. And if you say no, I don't want to be a patron, I just want to donate once or twice or however you want, you will find a PayPal link in the description. Almost all plugins and everything I use you will find on my website. The link is in the description too. And yeah, I hope you liked this one. I am a little busy, that's the reason I just make this short one. And as soon as I'm ready with my job here now, I continue with my list, but I cannot really plan this. So that's I do what when I find time a little bit. I do this, and when I have more time, I make the bigger ones, and there will come definitely bigger ones again. But at the moment, sorry, it's not possible. So I do what I can, and yeah, and I work on the updates for the scene rigs too. And there will come maybe another plugin from my thing. But for this, I have to learn a little bit more Python, so I don't know when it will be out. And yeah, that's it. So I wish you a wonderful day here in Austria. It's totally hot and yeah, hard to work, but a little variety is always good. So now back to the job. And yeah, I wish you really all the best here from Vienna, and have a nice day, have a wonderful day, and hopefully you're with me in my next tutorial. And yeah, you know where you find me. If you have questions, requests, complaints, write me. Facebook group, website, email, Nikomedia Facebook site, wherever you want, in the comments, wherever you want. And I promise I really try to answer every post I get. So maybe sometimes it takes a little longer, but there will come an answer. Okay, so bye bye, have a wonderful day and all the best from here, and tschüss und baba.